him on all three charges of rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy. He was guided to his cell in Fort Santiago, where he spent his last 24 hours right after the conviction. It was at 6 a.m. of December 29, 1896, when Captain Rafael Dominguez read Jose Rizal's death sentence and declared that he will be shot at 7 a.m. of the next day in Bagong Bayan. At 8 p.m. of the same day, Jose Rizal had his last supper. He heard a mass at 3 in the morning of December 30, 1896, had confession before taking the Holy Communion, took his last breakfast at 5:30 a.m., and even had the time to write 2 letters, one for his family, while the other letter was for his brother Pashan. This was also the time when his wife, Josephine Brackett, and his sister Josefa arrived and bade farewell to Rizal. A day before his execution, Dr. Jose Rizal was visited by his mother, Teodora Alonso, sisters Lucia, Josefa, Trinidad, Maria, and Narcisa, and 2 nephews. Rizal told Trinidad that there was something in the small alcohol stove that was given to Narcisa by the guard when they were about to board their carriage in the courtyard. At home, the Rizal ladies recovered a folded paper from the stove. On it was written an unsigned, untitled, and undated poem of 14 5-line stanzas, published it in the first issue of La Independencia on September 25, 1898, with the title, Ultimo Adios.
Mi último adiós. Adiós, patria dorada, región del sol querida, perla del mar de oriente, nuestro perdido Edén. A darte voy alegre la triste mustia vida, y fuera más brillante, más fresca, más florida, también por ti la dieda por tu bien. En campus
Sa sandaling buhay maalab kong nais, ang kagalingan mo't ang paiwang sulit ng kaluluwa kong gayak na ngaalis. Ginhaway kamtang mo, anong pagkarikip? Nang maabat ikay, mapataas lamang, mamatay at upang mabigyan kang buhay. Malibing sa lupang puspos ng kaliktad sa silong ng iyong langit ay mahimlay. Kung sa ibang araw, ikaw ay may mapansin nipot na bulaklak sa abakong libing. Sa gitna ng mga damong masingsing, pagkat ang halik mo'y taos sa akin. Sa samyo ng iyong pagsuyong matamis, mataos ang tagpoy ng may sintang dibdib. Bayang tumanggap nook ko ng init na natatabunan ng lupang malimig. Bayaan mong ako'y malasi ng buwan sa liwanag ng hilaw at malamlam. Bayaang ihatid sa aking liwaywayang banag niyang dagling na paparang. Bayaang humalik ang simoy ng hangin. Bayaang sa huling masaya't awigin ng darapong ibon sa kurus ng libing ang buhay payapang ikinaaaliw. Bayaang araw na lubhang maningas, pawi ng ulan, gawing pawang ulap. Maging Panginuring sa langit umakyat at ang aking daing ay mapakilangkap. Bayang ang aking maagang pagpanaw, itangis ng isang lubos na nagmamahal. Kung may umalala sa akin ng dasal, ako'y iyo sanang idalangin mo. Idalangin mo rin ang di nagkapalad na nangamatay na't yaong nanghihirap sa daming pasakit at ang lumalanghap naming mga ina ng luhang saklap. Idalangin 10 ng bawat ulila at nangapit-piit na tigip ng dusa. Idalangin mo rin ikay matubos na sa pagkaaping lalong binabata. Kung nababalot na ang mga libingan ng sapot na itim ng dating mapanglaw at wala nang tanot kundi pawang ikay, uwang ang gambalain.
Pangalang ka na kayo.
Pagpitaganan mo
Kailangan ako ng ating bayan.
at mapapakinggan ang tinig marahil ng isang
Pangalang
salteryo.
kapatid ko.
Ito ngay ako rin inaawitan ka ng aking pag-ibig. Kung ang libingan ko'y iyong nanunagla, ay wala ng krus at bukto maganda, sa nagbubukid ay pabayang mo manikalik sa sabog ang ating purupa.
Ako yayaong nasa bayang payap. Ang walang alipit po ng mga pangaba. Do'y di na tayong paniniwala at ang nagahari Diyos na dakila. Alam anak, magulang, kapatid. Bahagi na puso to ng nakadig. Ipagpasalamat ang aking pagalis sa buhay na itong lagi ng legali. Adios, padres, hermanos, todos de la alma mía. Amigos de la infancia en el perdido hogar. Gracias que descanse del patigoso día. Adios, dulce extranjera. Mi amiga, mi alegría. Adios, tira de cero y morir. Descansa.
Rizal was told to stand on a grassy lawn between two lampposts in the Bagong Bataan field, looking towards the Manila Bay. He requested the firing squad commander to shoot him facing the firing squad, but was ordered to turn his back against the squad of Filipino soldiers of the Spanish Army. A backup force of regular Spanish Army troops were on standby to shoot the executioners should they fail to obey the orders of the commander.
Preparen! Apunten! Fuego!
Jose Rizal's execution was carried out when the command Fuego was heard, and Rizal made an effort to face the firing squad, but his bullet-riddled body turned to the right and his face directed to the morning sun. Rizal exactly died at 7:03 a.m., and his last words before he died were those said by Jesus Christ, "Consumatum est," which means it is finished.